Officer Daniel Hayes had been on the force for nearly 8 years, long enough to know that the city did not sleep and trouble rarely arrived with warning. Still, nothing in his experience prepared him for the moment that would change his life forever. It was late afternoon when dispatch reported a disturbance on Maple Avenue, an argument outside a convenience store. Voices raised, people gathering. Daniel, already exhausted after a double shift, pulled his cruiser to the curb and stepped out quickly. A small crowd had formed around 2 men, but as soon as they noticed the police car, most of them backed away. Only one man remained standing at the center, a tall black man in a dark jacket, quiet, composed, but clearly frustrated by the accusations being thrown at him by a nervous store clerk. Daniel didn't hear the full story. His mind, fogged with stress and haste, interpreted the scene as a confrontation. His heartbeat rose. People were watching. Something inside him tightened. "Sir, step back," Daniel ordered, moving forward faster than he should have. The man turned, hands raised slightly to show he wasn't resisting. But Daniel's adrenaline drowned out caution and clarity. In a split second of misjudgment, he swung. His fist landed squarely on the man's face. The crowd gasped. The man stumbled but didn't fall. He simply looked at Daniel, hurt, shocked, but still calm. "What are you doing?" he asked, his voice steady despite the copper taste of blood forming on his lip. Daniel's stomach dropped. Something felt wrong, terribly wrong. The man reached slowly into his jacket pocket, and Daniel stepped back, fearing the worst. But the man didn't pull out a weapon. Instead, he produced a badge, a golden badge, a federal badge. "I'm Special Agent Marcus Cole," the man said quietly. "I was helping this clerk sort out a misunderstanding. I already identified myself to him. I was just waiting for your department to arrive." For a moment, Daniel forgot to breathe. The world spun. His chest tightened with panic as the weight of what he'd just done crashed into him like a wave. He had struck a federal agent, an innocent one, and worse, he had done so out of haste, assumptions, and fear he never wanted to admit he carried. The crowd murmured, "Phones raised, recording everything. Sir, I'm sorry," Daniel stammered, his voice trembling. "I didn't realize. I thought—" "That's the problem," Agent Cole interrupted, still calm, though pain glimmered in his eyes. "You didn't think. You reacted." Daniel felt the words pierce through him. His legs wobbled. He had faced dangerous suspects, armed criminals, and violent scenes, but nothing terrified him as much as the truth in those words. He had acted not out of duty, but out of unchecked fear. Agent Cole looked at him slowly, assessing not just his actions, but his character. "Look," Cole said finally, lowering his voice, "I'm not here to ruin your life, but this can't be ignored. You need training, you need reflection. You need to confront whatever made you react like that." Daniel nodded, ashamed. "I will, I promise," Cole sighed softly. "Good, because next time, someone might not walk away." An ambulance arrived to check Cole's bruised jaw. Backup officers questioned witnesses. Daniel stood alone beside his cruiser, fighting the sting of regret. He knew this incident would follow him, through reports, through disciplinary hearings, and through the quiet moments when he replayed the scene in his mind. But he also knew something else. He would change. He would learn. He would face his flaws instead of hiding behind a badge. As the sun dipped behind the buildings, Daniel watched Agent Cole leave in a government vehicle. Their eyes met briefly, one filled with disappointment, the other with determination. It was not forgiveness. Not yet, but it was a beginning.